Hello, everybody. Big messed up week. We are still dealing with the after effects of burnout, which does not exist, and I don't even want to look at the stats because the stats are terrible. Because this week we published two shorts. I don't think we published any long forms, but Mango was on Christmas holiday, so that kind of makes sense. Um, but the week was excellent. We put into play a couple of things. We did the first couple non-streamed Commander deck reviews, and then we changed up today the way we were doing the roasts, and everything is so much better. I think one thing, for the first time in my life, I'm now thanking the IRS because one thing that helped was to apply for state health insurance. You have to, when you're self-employed, you have to do a bunch of like income verification stuff. And so I had to basically prep all of my taxes for the year over the weekend to submit it to them. And looking at my income, I was like, oh, I'm a streamer. I don't make short form content. But I do, obviously. But from a career standpoint, like 70-80% of my revenue is what I am doing streaming the deck roast. And so that kind of helped, I think, viscerally release. And I know it's like data, and I know I'm supposed to have this like dark night of the soul, ego death, overcome spiritually. Or I look at an Excel sheet and I'm like, oh, the number says everything's actually fine. Maybe everything is fine. So what it helped free it up in me was the idea that obsessing over a short is literally useless. Not just emotionally bad for me, but like empirically, it is not driving forward the thing that gives my life stability. And so now I feel much more reoriented around if I am lower energy in a stream to get a short made, that is actively a bad thing. Because today's stream felt awesome. If you were in stream today and you're watching these Freecon videos, I would love your genuine feedback. Please don't just gas me up. It wasn't like night and day, I don't think, but the rhythm of today's roasts felt better. They were quicker, they were snappier, they felt more musical in a way that I think will only make sense to me because they really do not approach any type of musical quality, but they were more rhythmic. There was a more natural rhythm to them. The roasties seemed happier. Chat seemed more engaged. The numbers were a little bit better. More people were in chat asking, how do I get this done for my deck? And all of the people I did the non-stream deck reviews with, I got emailed feedback back and they were like, this was exactly what I was looking for. I liked this. Please do more of this. So aces across the board. I don't think I'm going to like super churn out a ton of deck reviews because they aren't like I don't want to be like producing them factory style, right? They're not I think that's just another way to burn myself out. But it's great that there is a way to service the people that want that input, and I can now differentiate it so the people that want the roasts are getting exactly what they want, and the people that want the reviews and the feedback are also getting, and I mean exactly is an exaggeratory word, but getting closer to what they want. I am now selling people the things that are good for them and they will enjoy, and that feels very good from a salesman standpoint. From a creativity standpoint, I really like both of the videos I published this week, and that's a massive win. And I think for the next couple weeks, my focus is not going to be quantity, it is going to be internal quality. I'm going to hope to God that the numbers still do well, but even if the numbers don't do well, I think the goal now, I've been pushing so hard at like, get it out, get it out, get it out, get it out, and it's been getting harder and harder to get them out, and I need everybody to hear me when I say this. I have been overemphasizing the importance of stability in my life. And I swear to God, if you're like me, where you were a STEM kid who thought about being a theater kid, or you were a theater kid who turned into a STEM kid, or you grew up poor, you may be overemphasizing stability. I have done that to my own detriment in many, many fields, and I really thought I wasn't going to do it here, and I've been doing it here. So what I'm trying to lean into now is I've gone through a phase of high quantity production, and now I want to lean into I want to be proud of the effort I put behind everything I make, which I kind of was before, so that maybe that's not the right qualifier. I'll try to find a qualifier that resonates with me more, but like I've been proud of every roast. If anything, I've been more proud of the roast that I was putting out during the quantity phase because I genuinely feel that I improved a lot. Maybe what it was I was still proud of all the short form content. I was getting less creatively satisfied with the live stream content. That's the disconnect. So it's more of I want to feel like my energy and enthusiasm is there for everything I do and not just parts of it. And if that means less shorts, it means less shorts. Ironically, it will probably mean more long forms because I've been publishing less long forms because I have less streams where I feel like that was good enough to send off. So I'll probably have more of those now. But overall, shit has been kicking. And so if you are somebody who knows or thinks they might be overemphasizing the importance of consistency in their life, I would urge you to lean a little bit more into this coming week periods of high exertion, periods of rest. Even if it's like big day, small day, big day, small day, big day, small day. It's helping me a lot creatively right now. I'm having more skit ideas come into my mind unbidden. The only commander roast I did this week was the Necrobloom, but it was so much easier to write that video. Like the moment I like pushed on the idea in my head, the script just like I said spurred it on stream and everybody got real fucking weird about it. So I'm gonna no. But it sprung into being much more quickly. So I would like to do more than one a week. I hope that I'm able to do more than that. But if I'm not, for the next couple weeks, whatever. Because now I know the short form feeds the stream. We can't pretend that's not true. On some level, the short forms have to keep producing to feed people into the streams, to keep practicing my comedic tools. But I do feel much more secure having tallied it all up and really looked at how little the short form actually makes me monetarily. And how, like, if a genie was like, hey, do you want $300? And I was like, oh my God, yeah, what do I have to trade for $300? They were like, you're gonna have trouble sleeping for a month. For 300? Like, how bad's the trouble? Really bad. For 300, is there any other money I can have? Yeah, you can have like a normal amount of money and you won't have any trouble sleeping. So we're done with that shit. I still like short form content, to be clear. When I say done with that shit, I'm not going to stop making shorts. I still like making them. I still enjoy making them very much. And like I said, they are part of the greater ecosystem of malt content that draws people into watching the long forms, watching the Twitch streams, all of that. But I'm definitely going to stop flagellating myself for not getting a daily post in. And I do think now is the time to do and to redo. I have been operating on, we are filming and posting the first draft for like 2 years straight now. And I think now is the time to go, I'm going to have an idea. I'm going to film a rough draft. I'm going to watch it. And if I don't think it's wonderful, I'm going to change something and film it again. So I'm really excited for all that. Being lower on caffeine has been only getting better and better. I'm still having the 2 cups of coffee per week. And then I am generally doing more exercise every day, which is also good. Kittens are obscenely cute. What else is going on? Lots of logistical shit I need to take care of on the back end, but I think it's a short update this week. I think everything's great. I think if you are somebody who really values consistency and stability, Give into the whirlwind a little bit. Don't sell your car and start a new business, but give into the whirlwind a little bit. Be guided by your whims a little tiny bit more. Because I know for me, I have been trying to tamp down my whims in the name of consistency, and I do think it has led to some spiritual stagnation that is now healing. So thank you all for watching. I hope you had a good week, and I hope you are doing well. Please let me know in the comments what challenges you have overcome, what struggles you are facing, and how we can all work together to stay toxic.